the tile map inside of Godot 4 is no longer going to be supported in future updates. So you may be wondering, what do we do now? Well, before you would have two different layers here, for example, layer 0 and layer 1, and you would be able to change them inside of the editor, inside of the tile map by switching them up and down, just like that. And while this seems pretty intuitive and nice, and it is, but you can imagine the more you add, the more convoluted it gets, and it might be a little easier to manage inside the node system. And that is exactly what they did. So essentially, nothing has really changed in terms of history or signals, etc. Most of the actual functionality and code for the tile map is the same. The main difference is now we have a TileMap layer. So let's see how we can set this up. First, we need to create a tile set, just like normal. Add in our tile set like so. In order to add tile mapping or auto tiling, we want to go ahead, go inside the tile set, go into terrain set, add element, and we'll go ahead and go to paint, select terrains, terrain set, terrain 0. And for example, we'll do the dirt up here by just selecting everything. And if I right click onto the dirt and make sure I don't have any of these blur things onto the green, then that is pretty much how we auto tile this. Let me actually go ahead and change the color so it's a little easier to see. So the idea behind auto tiling is we want to just cover everything that we're not going to be tiling. So in this case, we want the dirt. So we're going to be covering mostly the dirt. So for this one, you would cover pretty much the same design. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this. If we want to go ahead and add a physics layer, you can do that as well. In this case, I'm not going to do that, but just for example, if you add a physics layer, you'd go to physics layer and start painting with that physics layer. I'm not going to do that though, because we don't have a player and we don't want the ground itself to be something that we auto tile on or collide with. This would be something we collide with, so you could add it to this. We could go ahead and select these ones instead, just for example. And now to actually add it to our map, we want to go ahead and go to the tile map. We can select terrains, terrain 0. And if I just start drawing randomly, you'll notice that it connects automatically. Now you may be wondering, what about the layers themselves? How do we manage that? Well, it is exactly how it sounds. If we have a layer under it, then that will be the layer under. So let's go ahead and go to the first layer that we just added. And we're going to go ahead to the tile set and make this unique. We're going to hide the TileMap layer 2. In the TileMap layer, I'm going to go ahead, go to the tile map, go to the tiles. I'm going to select one of the dirt and just cover everything. Now this tile is just dirt, whereas TileMap layer 2 should be the old thing that we had. So if I actually unselect both of these, we should now be able to see TileMap layer 2 on top and the TileMap layer 1, or there's no number here, under that. So that's exactly how the TileMap layer works. And to organize this, I would suggest having a node or a node 2D. I think node 2D might actually be a bit more better practice here. So we'll go ahead and just drag that into here. And you can just rename this to tile maps. And now whenever you add a bunch of tile maps, they'll all be in the node system and a little easier to understand what's going on, because you can now rename this to grass, round, whatever you'd like, rename them however you think you would be able to organize them. And that now makes it a little easier. To further show my point, I've gone ahead and added a third tile map layer, hills. So this is the collision that we have. And you can now see it's just layered on top of everything, because that is the third layer. Naturally, you can also imagine that things like navigation would actually be a little easier with this, because we can go ahead and enable navigation. We're not going to do that in this video, but if we had navigation on in this video, then the monster or whatever thing is navigating would only be able to walk on this tile map, which is very useful because now we can just create a very specific path. It's not what I wanted to do. So let me go ahead and go to the terrains. So if we wanted a map like this and only have them walk in the middle here, or sorry, not in the middle, then this would be much easier. Just like the old tile map, we're able to do a bunch of things in code. For example, set a cell. If we want to get the coordinate, source ID, atlas coordinates, and actually set a cell of a specific coordinate, then we're able to do that. You can find more details inside the TileMap documentation. There's a lot of properties, which we won't be going over all of them inside of this video. As you can see, there are quite a few, but just for example, just to go over this one function, set cell, it's a very useful one. You may be wondering, what are these numbers, coordinates, source ID, etc. Well, the ID is the ID over here. So inside the tile set, you'll see an ID. If you also hover one of the tiles, you will now see a source and an atlas coordinate. That is exactly what we were looking at. So the coordinates are the actual coordinates on the map that we want to add it to, but the atlas coordinates are the tile that we're setting to. So for example, we're going to be setting the dirt tile, and the coordinates is a coordinate on the actual map. What I'm going to go ahead and do here is delete everything, go to the ground, and I'm actually going to erase everything and add a camera. And when I hit play, you will see that one little tile. Now, you might be wondering, what is the point of this? Well, this can be very useful for various things like procedural generation. If you want to add something similar to a Minecraft thing where you have like a click, you can click on something and get the coordinates of that click and set the ID to whatever you'd like. So that's the idea. You can, again, go through this documentation. There's quite a few things. It's very useful. If you guys want to see videos about this more expanded, let me know. I will also have a course or quest on my website coming soon about the TileMap and TileMapLayer and a more in-depth usage of everything inside of here. So if you guys want to check that out, go check on my website, subscribe to my email list to hear about it when it comes out, and I will see you guys in the future.